Are you out there surfing the internet? Are you clicking on, something in a portal where there's 500 or 600 franchises? Or are you working with someone like Ray and I, we're franchise consultants that use a strategy-based approach? Hey, good morning, everybody. Terry Coker here with Franchise Feedback and my friend Ray Fanning. Say hi, Ray.
Hi, everyone.
Where are you, Ray? What part of the country do you live and work in?
I am in beautiful Annapolis, Maryland.
I am
Terry,
in
where are you?
Detroit, Michigan, home of the Lions. Okay, let's go back to the weather. But really, let's go back to franchise feedback, which is something we do on a regular basis, just to educate you about franchising. So number one, thanks for watching. We dig into the mailbag, right? Which means we take questions that come in during the week and answer them. So these are real life questions that we've dealt with this week. And Ray, you've pulled something out of the mailbag. So what is it for this week?
Today's mailbag question we received several times this week is, how many franchise options should I be examining? How many is the right number?
Oh, how many is the right number? So how many franchises should I be looking at, simultaneously at the same time?
That's how I read the question, Terry.
Yeah, that's first thing that came to my mind. So I think the answer is it depends on the method that you use to investigate franchises from the start, from the get-go, right? Are you out there surfing the internet? Are you clicking on, something in a portal where there's 500 or 600 franchises and you recognize a brand name, or, you see a category you're interested in? Or are you working with someone like Ray and I, we're franchise consultants that use a strategy-based approach. So we spend a lot of time before we ever start looking at companies developing a strategy so we know what to look for. And when you use a strategy-based approach, you don't have to look at 20, 30, 40, 50, 600 companies, right? It's more like a handful. What's a handful, right? Well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's a handful. And so that's what I would say, Ray. It depends on the method and the approach you're using. What do you think? How many franchises should the average person be looking at?
Well, I think you're right when you start, Terry, with the idea that it depends on the person, but it goes back to using a strategy and working smart, not just hard. Do both, but working smart. And the idea that our process helps you go through is to make sure that you're going to make an informed decision. Mm-hmm. To do that, you need to compare apples to apples, apples to oranges, apples to carrots, whatever you need to do. But you need to look at a few different things so you can compare, contrast, and understand what you're comparing and contrasting. Now, some people ask me, they want a number, and I'll tell them, you can look at as many companies as you identify and then compare and contrast. But at any given time, it gets to be a bit of overwhelm when you start to do more than maybe 3 or 4 at any given time.
Yeah, because what a lot of people don't realize, Ray, is it takes time to investigate a franchise. So we tell people, you're going to spend between 10 and 20 hours per franchise. So if you're looking at 3 simultaneously, that's 30 to 60 hours. And, with the people I work with, it depends on their bandwidth, right? Are they working a job? Do they have limited amount of time to investigate, a single franchise, let alone 5 or 6? You couldn't do 5 or 6 if you're working with a job. Or, are you out of work and you have a lot of time? That will depend on the number also. You think so?
I agree. You can say no after a couple hours. You can't say yes until you've done a thorough process.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think we'll come back next week, if it's okay with you, Ray, and talk about, what is a strategy-based approach, okay? I hear that. I hear you guys saying that. No idea what you're talking about, right? So what's a strategy-based approach? So we thank you for listening. If you want to reach out to either one of us, right, down below in the comments section, say, hey, Terry, reach out to me. Hey, Ray, I'd like to hop on a question and answer call with you. And then we'll reach back and we'll meet each other, right? And we'll find out where you are and how we can help, because that's what we do. So Ray, thanks a bunch, and I will see you on the next Franchise Feedback.
Thank you, Terry, and thanks everyone for watching.